Hi Flosstube, I'm Sally, I'm StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Today is the 24th of October 2025 and this is Flosstube number 109. A very warm welcome, whether you are a new or a returning viewer, it is lovely to have you here. If you are new and you do enjoy what you see, I do hope you will consider hitting the subscribe button and liking any of my videos that you watch. This is take, I don't know, however many. Luckily, I didn't get very far before I realised. Well, I said before I realised. Take 3, I realised I didn't have my microphone plugged in. So that's why the sound wasn't very good. So, we'll get started, I think, on that note. So I do have the usual whips to show you. I have a new start which wasn't planned, to be perfectly honest, and I also have a little bit of haul as well, one of which is the unplanned new start. But first of all, I am going to show you the piece that I stitched for my dear friend Mouse, Tales for Stitching Mouse on Instagram. I think I mentioned last time that she had asked her stitching friends if they would stitch a square for a quilt that she's going to make for her 60th birthday. So I'm just going to show what I stitched. So, heavens above, what am I doing? There we go. So that is Matilda Sews by Finally a Farmgirl. I just could not make up my mind what I was going to stitch for her, and then I spotted this on 1, 2, 3 stitch, and I thought, right, that's it, that's a mouse, and she's sewing. So I popped it in the post to Mouse last week, and she's very happy with it. It is definitely very mouse, I think. So yeah, that's what I did for her quilt square. Although my design isn't very square, but it will fit. It does fit the dimensions that she wanted, so that's good. So we'll do my new start. So this, well, should I say, I am trying very, very hard not to buy on impulse. If I see something, I'm trying really hard not to buy it on impulse, because I've done that in the past. Not so much this year. Possibly a little bit last year, and then so many months down the line I tend to think, why the hell did I buy that? I need to get rid. So yeah, this was an impulse buy. I saw a post by Brenda, who is Handwork Maniac, both on YouTube and on Instagram, and I think she hosts it, but I wouldn't be 100% certain, so I'm really sorry, Brenda, if you happen to watch this. I don't think you do watch me, and I've got that wrong. So she showed this, and this is Shakespeare's Peddler Hope, and it is the hashtag #Oct2Oct So the chart has been broken up into 12 sections, or should I say the design has been, so that it's stitched over the next year from October to October. And I just fell in love with that. I don't know what it is about it, I just fell in love with it, and I thought I need to try and find the pattern. I didn't know whether it was only available on the Kit and Stitcher website, or whether I could get it elsewhere, and thankfully Patchwork Rabbit had it in, so I popped an order in straight away. Yeah, so I'm stitching it on West Greenloft Yarns Fabric of the Month. It is the August 2025 Fabric of the Month, and it is called Willoughby. So I am using mostly DMC. I had some of the hand dyes in my stash, not many of them. I had Tennessee Red Clay. I had Red Pear. So I decided that I would get Espresso Bean, which is for that big, the background of the big panel in the middle of the wording, sorry, and Louisiana Hot Sauce. I decided that I would buy those because I rather like sort of red and pinky handbags. So I made a start on it last night. Just let me make sure that I get this the right way around. And that's where I started. And my camera really doesn't do this fabric justice. So this is my first time, even though I've been getting the fabric of the month all year, this is the first time I've actually stitched on it. And it is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So I have gone a little bit further down and a little bit further across than the first section, but the inner bit I will just stick to where I am. I may well not get this first bit stitched in the allotted October month. In the allotted October. I should have said in the allotted time, shouldn't I really? But I'm not bothered. I'm just going to enjoy this beautiful design. And I know that Sarah Elizabeth Stitches, lovely Sarah, who is Sobe Stitchery, she's going to start this as well. I don't actually know of anybody else that's doing it other than her and Brenda. I might have to have a look at the hashtag, see if I can see if there's anybody else doing it who I might know. So yeah, and I'm keeping that in my Pauline bag that was a gift from lovely Sally, Flossy Sews and Grows. Oh, I nearly zipped that up. Do not zip it up because it makes too much noise. Right, we'll move on to whips now. These are in no particular order. So the first one that has come up is Silver Creek Samplers Peace Love Stitch, and I absolutely love this. Gorgeous, gorgeous design. So I'm using DMC, just using the DMC conversion off the chart. There are a few hand dyes. I didn't have any of them, so I'm just using DMC. And I like using DMC, at least the majority of the time. If you need another skein, it is the same shade. So I am stitching this on. It was a little piece that I had left of the June 2024 fabric of the month from Fabrics by Crafti Kate. And that is where I am up to. And you can just see the difference between the blue and the green on the earth. And as I say, I love this. It's absolutely gorgeous. The word stitch did take a lot of stitching, but the rest of it has been really, really quite quick actually. And you can just see the outline of the dove here. I've not filled it in yet. I might have to just do some back stitch around it. I don't know. I'll see how it looks when it's all filled in. If I'm happy with it and I can see it, because you can see it better in real life, I will just leave it. And I'm keeping this in a little bag that was a gift from Lainey for my birthday quite a few years ago. Really pretty, absolutely love it. And of course it's got sheep on, so what is not to love when there's sheep? I did pick everything up. And then next whip is Little Dove Designs. I don't think I'd started this the last time I filmed. I can't remember now whether I had. No, I think I had actually. Yes, I had, sorry. So yeah, it's Little Dove Designs Robin Redbreast. And I bought myself the kit late last year. Really, really cute is this. So all of the DMC, there's a variegated DMC there. I think it's one of the, is it variations, I believe? Do they call it variations? I think it is. I'm using my scissors that came in one of the social boxes, Clothy Thread social boxes. My husband bought it for Christmas with a little bit of help, I hasten to add. And that's the Barb Designs scissor fob. So these are the threads. A little messy at the moment because obviously I've been using them. I'm not sure what it's stitched on actually. It just says 28 count even weave. It looks like it's cream. And that's where I'm up to. Sorry, it's a little bit creased. I don't iron my projects until I'm ready to finish them. So it's a teeny bit creased. But yeah, absolutely love it. So cute. Such a cute little robin. It's going quite well. I've got my little robin needle minder there that came from No More Lost Needles, and that is actually one of my photographs that Lisa used. And I'll tell you what, trying to stitch on that on Wednesday night when we were watching Celebrity Traitors. I'm going to get into that because I get so angry when I'm watching it. They're so bloody useless. Whoops. Oh god, everything's falling on the floor now, sorry. I do apologise if that made a lot of noise. Just pick those up. And then the next whip, this is what I stitch on a Saturday night with my dear friend Lainey. It is Teresa Kogut. It's the With Thy Hands booklet, and I am stitching this one, which is Molly's Hands. If you haven't been with me before, I have already stitched this. This was my 60th birthday start in 2023. I am using DMC threads. You can't really see them very well when I do that, but you can't really see them very well when I do that anyway. So I am using 40 count vintage country mocha, which I accidentally started on the wrong side, so I'm just using the mocha side, not the vintage side, which I wasn't very happy about, but I had already done too much when I realised to unpick and start again. So I did finish this part. It would have been finished the Saturday before, but I couldn't be bothered to get off my ass and get the colour that I needed out of my boxes because I had run out. I really like this. It's really sweet. This does take a lot of stitching, to be fair. But as long as I enjoy my stitching, I don't care how long things take. stitched on a Friday with Friday Night Sheep Stitch with my dear friend Barb, and I also stitched with my lovely friend Elaine, Ellie Stitcher. You may remember, we were stitching the sheep calendars together, and I very, very naughtily just kept stitching each one instead of doing them a month. So I've got finished. And also joining in with me is Karen, who is the Stitching Owl. Lovely Karen. And I think, yeah, she did. She said she's going to start the sheep calendar next year. So this is Idee Welcome Sheep. I can never remember whether it's Sheep Welcome or Welcome Sheep. I just need to look on the back. Which was in a package from lovely Linda, who is Norfolk Gal Stitcher. So I thought, because it was all kitted up, I decided once I'd finished the sheep calendar I was going to stitch this. So I've been, because obviously it is all in Dutch. Idee is a Dutch designer and shop. I have been having to type into Google Translate because it's the only way I can think of to translate it, so that I know what I'm doing. So I've got DMC white and 3750. So the blue you stitch with 2 strands, the white you just stitch with 1 strand. And the fabric was also included, which I think is a 32 count raw linen. So as you can see, the sheep is complete, and I am just working my way through this background. And then obviously I have to stitch the word welcome. There is an alphabet in the chart, so you can change it if you wish, but I'm going to stick to welcome. So I am really enjoying that. And in this one I have sheep scissors. That's lovely Elaine sent me for my 60th birthday, and this was a scissor fob from Adele at TaylorMade Stitchery. The link is in the description box anyway below. So that is my Friday night sheep stitch, so that will be coming out tonight. And that is in my sheep bag that was made by the lovely Jo, who is Boo's mummy on Instagram. Well, I got that out. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't need to show you that because I showed you that age quite a while ago, actually. Right. Next whip. Oops, hang on. I'm just going to have to sort this, sorry, because I've got a chart in front. So my next whip is Rocking Chair Stitcher Love Builds a Family, and this is from the Family Threads booklet, and the link to Sarah's Etsy shop is in the description box down below. So this is a booklet that contains designs by 7 designers, and it's an adoption fundraiser for Sarah and her husband to be able to adopt another child. So if you are able to help, please do. So yeah, I decided to stitch this one first. I am going to stitch all of them because they are all really lovely designs. And I'm using the DMC threads. Sorry, they are a bit messy. Love these colours. Really, really vibrant colours, these. And I am stitching this on. I'm just going to check my notes because I don't remember what it is. Where is it? Right, so this is Fabrics by Crafti Kate, and it is March 2024 fabric of the month. Kate doesn't name her fabrics. If she releases them into her normal range, then they are named. I don't know if this one has been, and that is where I am up to. So I did make a mistake. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. This is too close to the F in family, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful when I do the border. I'm just going to fudge it and make it work. I wasn't going to unpick it because I have way too much done. But yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. And I think, not to blow my own trumpet, but I am going to blow my own trumpet. I think I've picked the perfect fabric, to be honest. And it's a 36 count, just in case I didn't say that. So yeah, I should maybe be able to finish that next Monday. I don't know. It may well take a little bit longer. And then I may well start another one out of there. Don't know what it'll be yet, but and that is in the first ever Penelope's pocket bag I've got. In fact, it's the only one that I've bought myself because I think the other ones were actually presents from family. Right, file whip is the usual final whip. And I'm not going to show you the threads because, I don't know, you're probably just a bit bored of seeing. Oh God, knock those on the floor again. Of seeing the threads. So this is Long Dog Samplers the Pilgrim. And I started this in November 2023. I started it with Amanda. Amanda is hosting a Sal. She was starting her first long dog. So that is hashtag my first long dog Sal. And I also started it with lovely Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher, for her 60th birthday. And that is Let's Get the Dogs Out Sal. And I also stitch it on a Sunday for Long Dog Sampler Sunday. So quite a few different Sals going on for that. So I'm using Anchor Black, DMC White, and Carrie's Creations Old World Red, which is for the wording. And last time I showed it, I'd finished page 11. So I've made a start on page 12, which is the very final page. And there we are. This is on a 20 count Bolana. I think it's an off-white. It just had a colour number on the packaging. I bought it from Hobby Jobby, along with the Anchor Black, because they had a good deal on Anchor Black. It was a lot cheaper than DMC. I don't know how much it is now. So very, very much enjoying this. So I'll just show you a close-up of page 12. So this is the start of it here. No, it's not. No. It's the start of it up here. So I've got quite a bit done. There is a mistake on this crab. I'm not unpicking it. It can stay where it is. So yeah, on track for that end of the year. Well, finish before the end of the year, hopefully. I hope so, because as you could see on that, I've put the year in. So it needs to be done. So those are all carrots. So I did mention ages and ages ago that I'd been knitting a pair of mitts. It gets very cold in this house when the heating's not on during the day. And if I'm crafting or anything, I need to have something on my hands. So I cannot remember, and I haven't got the pattern to hand. They're just a very, very simple fingerless mitts with a little thumb hole. Unfortunately, I didn't read my instructions properly. I did not look at the second page, so I mismeasured. So they are a little big, but to be fair, as long as they keep my hands warm, or relatively warm, I'm not that bothered. So yeah, I did those. So that's proof. Sarah, Penelope's pocket that I do sometimes knit, not very often. But I have now pulled out. I'd started some socks. I had knitted 2 pairs of socks previously, knitted a 3rd pair, and I totally messed them up. So I kind of thought, right, I'm going to start another pair straight away, and I will make sure these are right. I am determined that I'm going to get them right. And then I think I got a little bit of the rib done, put them away. I don't know how long ago that is, and I haven't seen the light of day since. So I have been doing a little bit on those. I can't do it for long because it gets my hands. But hopefully by the end of winter, when I won't need them again, I'll have another pair of socks. So that's that. So what else have I got? I did say last time that I would show the calendar that's it used to have Country Cottage Needleworks cottages on, the little square ones, and I decided to change them. It's years ago since I did them, so I decided to change them for the sheet calendar. And like I said, I forgot to show it last time. I was intending to. So it's a very, very simple. It's not bought. It's not a shop bought thing. And unfortunately, I don't know who the person was who originally put this up on their blog. Like I say, it's years ago, and I just do not remember who it was. But it's just a very simple 2 pieces of card stuck together, just backed. I don't remember what these things are called. And you just basically take this off each month and put another one on. And then these I found on the internet, and I just print them off each year. I've got it saved, and it just hangs in the dining room. So that's that. As I say, not a shop bought thing. It's just what I made from a tutorial that somebody put up. And as I say, I cannot remember who it was, where it was. I know it was on a blog. I think it was a French blog. But yeah, that is what they're gone. Right, haul. So my haul was the Shakespeare's Peddler Hope chart and the 3 threads. I only got one of the threads from Patchwork Rabbit because I was intent on not buying the Louisiana hot sauce, and I did get another red pair as well just in case, because I don't know how much I'm going to need. So I was going to get another chart that Sue at Peakside Needleworks had, but then by the time I went to do my order, it had sold out. So I thought, right, I'm going to get something off my 123 Stitch wish list. So I got Heart in Hand Wee One Love and Peace. Fell in love with it as soon as I saw it, but put it on my wish list because that's what I'm trying to do. I did put several things on my wish list the other day, and then this morning I've taken them all off. Well, no, the things that I put on the other day. So yeah, I bought that just to make it worth my while ordering a couple of threads as well. I know it's not a massive order, but and then 2 weeks ago, I'd filmed before, I got the Autumn Dreamer, which is the 3rd part of the Sal that Barbara Anna is doing. The winter one is out today, the 4th part. I haven't bought it yet, but I will be buying it before the day's out. Because if you buy them before the next part comes out, obviously there isn't going to be a next part, but they go from €2.50 to €5.50. So they're worth getting. So I'm not starting them yet. I am probably going to stitch them next year. Sorry. Last time I got distracted by Mabel the cat. This time I'm getting distracted by Ronnie the cat. Ronnie is very old. He is deaf. Well, I think he's going deaf. He's got no teeth. And he basically meows very, very loudly to get your attention. He lives a few miles down. Beautiful cat. Anyway, yeah, that's beside. Yeah, you don't want to hear about another cat here. So yeah, I'm going to get the winter one today when I've finished doing this and uploading. I'll probably stitch them next year. I haven't stitched a Barbara Anna for a while, so I'm looking forward to doing some. So that's my haul. Yeah, I do it, like, as I say, I have, well, no, I didn't. I was looking for another chart, but it had gone out of stock. So I'll show that next time. I have actually done an order with Talking Dogs Stitchery. And Sarah, Sew Me Sarah, if you know, you know, it's red. It's your fault. I have to blame somebody, don't I? Come on. It's not my fault. I hit my finger hit the clicky. My finger hit the clicky button and went, why is it? So yeah, I'll show that next time because that's not been dispatched, but I did order. I did copy you, Sarah, sorry, and ordered the same threads as well because I wanted hand-dyed. So yeah, that's all my stitching. I do really need to stop next year. I need to make myself be more aware. It's a hobby, isn't it? It's a hobby stitching, it's a hobby collecting stitchy stuff as well, isn't it? But I really do. I need to just try my hardest next year. I've done better this year, to be fair, but yeah, I need to do better next year. I say it every year and you probably are laughing at me because I laugh at myself, because if I didn't laugh I'd probably cry. I have just, sorry, I nearly forgot, I have just a couple of Flosstubers to mention. So new to me Flosstuber, who commented on my Flosstube last time, and I went and subscribed and watched her latest, and that is Jen of Jen's Stitchy Corner. Jen is absolutely lovely, thoroughly enjoyed her Flosstube, stitches beautiful pieces, sorry. There's quite a lot of caterpillar cross stitch. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm sure I'm late to the party with Jen's Flosstube. So if you haven't watched it, please do go and have a watch. And thank you, Jen, for your lovely shout out. I know she came to me from, is it Ellie Welly Stitch at Elaine, I think? I can't remember. I'm so sorry, Jen. I can't remember now. But yeah, do go and have a watch if you've not watched it before. And I would also just like to say welcome back to Julie, who is Peachy Stitcher. Julie has been away from Flosstube for almost a year, so it was lovely to see her back. And I am just going to say, Julie had a not so nice comment. And, you know, we come here, we show our stitching, and one thing that we do not want is nasty comments or not so nice comments. And I know a lot of Flosstubers have experienced this. So I am just going to say, please remember, we are human. And the old saying, if you cannot say anything nice, just don't say anything. Scroll past. If you don't like what you're watching, skip past that bit. It's quite simple, isn't it? So that's all I'm going to say on the matter. But welcome back, Julie. It is lovely to see you back, and I hope that you start to feel a whole lot better and that you have more good days. So, right. So that's that. Quick life update. Last time I filmed, I wasn't feeling 100%. And I was being a bit silly. I was ignoring it. Well, I won't say I was ignoring it. I thought I had a little bit of cystitis, so I was trying to drink more, just to, flush things through, as you do. And it got to be Thursday, Friday, and I thought, I really don't feel well. I had a lot of backache, and I just didn't feel right. It was, when I went to the toilet. So I rang the doctors up, and they said, right, I'll make an appointment for this afternoon. Come up, get a bottle, give us a sample, we'll test it. If it is something, we'll give you antibiotics. You can cancel the appointment. If there's nothing there, then, keep the appointment and we'll see what's what. So there was a bit of blood in it, but it didn't show anything else, so they'd sent it off to the lab for testing, so I kept my appointment, and because of the symptoms that I had, she decided to give me 3 days worth of antibiotics. So I was on 200mg tablets a day. I must admit, I started to feel better once the antibiotics had got into my system. I did start to feel better, so I have to take another sample in, obviously, to check that the blood has gone. So I'm hoping it has, because otherwise they're going to have to investigate that. So thankfully, I did start to feel better, and I've not had any more problems since. I'm guessing, the sample that they took to the lab was clear, so I don't know what the hell was going on. But anyway, old age. Old age, she says. I'm 60 bloody one, I'm not old. So yeah, we'll see what the second sample, when I take that in, I'm going to have to go up and get a bottle and take one in. So yeah, that was that. We've had a couple of days out this week. The usual places that we go. The Deep, we've not been to the Deep for a while, and our tickets run out quite soon. Because when you pay for a ticket, you can go back as many times as you like over the next 12 months. So we've been doing that. We've gone quite a few times, and they did have some new tanks this time. So, and we also went to the Bridlington Animal and Birds of Prey Park. We went on Wednesday. It was bitterly cold, but it was a nice day. So yeah, we've had a couple of days out. I think we're hoping to go to the Railway Museum in York at some point. Do excuse my fringe, she always cuts it too bloody short. Yeah, so that's about it. I'm going to go now, because I've got a Tesco's order due any time over the next hour. So I better go, and I will hopefully see you in possibly less than 2 weeks if I try and go back to my Wednesday, but I'll see. It depends what we're doing. I have shown you everything, so that's okay. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who comes and watches me time and time again, and everybody who leaves me lovely comments or likes my videos. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. So I will see you 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, I don't know. Take care, everybody, and enjoy every single stitch. Bye.